Little Opie Taylor. Truthfully, as much as I love Happy Days, Ron Howard's role in the Andy Griffith Show is still my favorite. He was just so darn good on the show. However, did you know that there was a TV series that Ron worked on that just made him feel horrible every single time that he showed up on set? What was it and why? Well, folks, if you would honor me with just a few minutes of your time, I will do my best to explain. But first, let me introduce myself. Hi folks, my name is Dave Sundstrom, and I like to think of myself as something of a pop culture historian, especially when it comes to music, movies, and television. Simply put, I love talking about this stuff. So with that said, let's get rolling. Along with Star Trek and Adam West's Batman, I love the Andy Griffith Show. It's one of my all-time favorite television programs. The show originally ran for 8 seasons on CBS before morphing into another hit program for that network called Mayberry RFD. And it was those early episodes during the first 5 seasons of the show, before it transitioned to color, that really are so very dear to my heart. I've talked at length about this program in so many other videos, I won't expound upon that right here, right now. Instead, this video is about a story that Ron Howard shared in his new book that he co-authored with his brother Clint called The Boys. Huge thank you to channel member John Collins for sending me a copy. I am absolutely loving this heartfelt memoir of the Howard family and their highs and lows within the entertainment industry. So what was the TV show that Ron appeared in that made him feel so absolutely horrible? Well, the good news is it wasn't the Andy Griffith Show or even Happy Days. And it wasn't The Many Loves of Dobie Gillis, where Ron made some of his earliest appearances on TV. However, it was another show. A show that Ron made numerous appearances on prior to becoming Opie Taylor. If you're struggling to guess what the show might be, let me help you out a bit.
The grown-ups of Hilldale. Why do they tremble? Why are they nervous? What are they all afraid of?
Hi, Mr. Welcome.
Dennis!
Dennis!
The Menace. Dun, dun, dun. He's no ordinary kid.
Look at the way his hair sticks up and back.
He's the scariest thing to happen to grown-ups since shaving. Dennis. Dun, dun, dun. The Menace. Dun-dun. Weekdays at 6, 5 Central on Nickelodeon.
Yep, we're talking about another show that was extremely successful. It ran on CBS for 4 seasons, beginning in 1959. Dennis the Menace. And during that first season of show, Ron played one of Dennis's friends. And in his book, Ron says that every time he showed up on set, he just felt horrible. Why? Was it because he wasn't treated well? No, that wasn't it at all. Instead, Ron noticed how the show's star, Jay North, was treated. Apparently in between takes, while he and the other kids would run off and play, Jay wasn't allowed to do anything like that. Instead, as soon as the camera stopped rolling, he was taken directly to a chair where the show's makeup team would work on his hair. It was the cowlick on the back of his head that required significant attention after each take, and once it was put in place, Jay wasn't allowed to move. Instead, he would have to sit there, motionless, and a family member would rehearse lines with him. Ron could tell that Jay was miserable, and he felt horrible for him. In a 2017 article in Closer magazine, Jay recalled just how bad things got for him. And in that article, Jay said that he was also physically abused by an aunt whenever he would get a line wrong. You know, it's very interesting to me that little Ron Howard was able to pick up on all of Jay's sadness way back then, and I find it absolutely shocking that none of the adults, family members or otherwise, were able to pick up on what was going on and do something about it way back then. The tragedy is that Jay didn't have a protector, the way that Ron and Clint Howard did. From what I can tell reading the book so far, their father, Rance, would never have allowed something like that to happen to either of his boys. The good news is that Jay has survived all of that. There was a long time when he wanted nothing to do with the Dennis the Menace TV show, and he had nothing but negative things to say. But those days are gone. He's been married for 30 years now and is working in a career that has nothing to do with showbiz, and that has allowed him to move past the pain and finally enjoy being part of the TV show that made him famous. Getting back to Ron and Clint Howard's memoir for just a moment, more than anything else, it feels like a love letter not to the entertainment industry, but rather to their parents who somehow managed to do the impossible, which was to allow Ron and Clint to lead relatively normal lives. I'll post a link in the description section of this video if you're interested in picking up a copy of the book for yourself. And now, how about a word or two from Opie Taylor and his pa, Sheriff Andy, as they talk about an absolutely delightful way to start your morning.
Hey, Barn, want to watch Opie cross-examine me? He's been practicing.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, go ahead, Ope.
Now, Sheriff Taylor, did you not say that Post Toasties are the cornflakes crackling with fresh corn flavor?
Well...
Answer yes or no, please.
Yes.
And didn't you say that from field to flake, Post Toasties never lose their fresh corn flavor? Yes or no?
Yes.
That they're quick toasted to capture that fresh corn flavor. That they're so light and crisp they just about float into your bowl?
Yes, yes, yes.
No further questions.
That's pretty good, Hope. You want him to practice law, huh?
No, I want him to practice selling Post Toasties. Start your day a little bit better with Post Toasties. They're good.
All right, enough yapping. Please share your memories in the comments section, and while you're at it, please click on the thumbs up icon, and why not consider whether or not you'd like to subscribe to my channel. I talk about music, movies, and mostly TV from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. You know, the good stuff. But most importantly, and as always, thank you so much for watching.